Oopsie poopsie.
I love it. I love it.
Make a little music going for our countdown here.
Not really an oops if you're an Oregon fan.
Fuck it.
I knew I wore green for a reason today.
All right.
I think I wore green last week too. Not gonna lie to you.
Every day is oh, you already put it in last week. I need to turn this down some so that it's not too much. Oh, it's always a weird thing, striking that balance and making sure the background music isn't too loud.
They can hear us, you know. Right?
Yeah, no. I this year we're not doing this like mysterious sort of like, ooh, when are they gonna start thing? We're just gonna like shoot the shit in the opening, you know, however long, in the countdown to starting soon.
44 seconds.
24. It's 20 seconds behind.
Oh.
In real life, it's it's close. Also, we didn't talk about the Brian Kelly quote that last week. We need to talk about it this week.
We definitely did not.
I've already got it pulled up. I'm ready, dog.
All right.
Here we go, man. 3, 2, 1, and boom, baby. Welcome.
What's happening?
What's popping?
Chilling. Daryl, I got a question for you.
All right, let's hear the question.
All right. You get to sanction a wrestling match.
All right.
It is a cage match, a tag team Texas Tornado cage match.
You said sanction. Am I refereeing?
No, you're not refereeing. You just get to be there though.
Okay, I got you.
You get to pick 2 teams of any 4 SEC coaches you want. Who are your 2 tag teams?
So it's made of coaches.
It's made of coaches.
All right. Let me
SEC coaches specifically.
SEC coaches specifically. Let me get Ed Orgeron, and let me get who's the guy whose name, the pirate guy whose name always escapes me, Mississippi State. You know what I'm talking about.
Mike Leach.
Mike Leach. Let me get Leach and Coach O together, and then let me get Saban and let me get Kiffin. See if they can work together. That will cause a controversy.
I had a very similar answer.
Did you?
Give me Coach O and Nick Saban on one tag team, and then give me Lane Kiffin and Sam Pittman on the other team.
I'm with it. I like that. Sam Pittman would also have been a good tag for Coach O as well.
Coach O and Mike Leach would be hilarious. I want them in a room.
They'd be the funniest tag team.
Yeah, they'd be hilarious.
Steven says he's avoiding work. I am too, Steven. Not going to lie to you. I'm here.
Aren't we all?
We got a lot of work to do tonight other than outside of this show. Well, it was a hell of a week 3. There was 2 big...
Boy, was it. It was a week 2. This is week 3.
This is week 3. It was a hell of a week 2. I don't know. COVID brain has me all fucked up.
Hell of a week 2.
One heck of a week 2. So the 2 big upsets were... And we almost had 3. A&M almost fucked it up. Ugly.
That game was...
That was a defensive struggle if I've ever seen one. It was extremely
RIP to Haynes King's leg.
Yeah, apparently he might make it back before the end of the season, but you got to think the team's going to be around, especially if things go well. The team's really going to be around Calzada moving forward. As I understand it, Calzada is the arm and Haynes King is the legs. Calzada is the charismatic sort of like team leader, whereas Haynes King was sort of the more calm, more of a Kellen Mond type of being very chill, very process oriented and such. They're saying that Calzada is more of like more on the Tebow side of the spectrum, to where he's very passionate, and you saw that last week. There was a false start, and he like was getting after the O line and shit. So you got to think with a personality like that, if he does well and if the team wins a lot of games moving forward, they're going to stick with him moving forward. I worry if you're a Haynes King fan, or if you are Haynes King, you're going to get your job back after this. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens.
I think A&M's got some good quarterbacks coming in and behind them. So.
Yes, exactly.
It looks... That game was so defensive. It was crazy.
Yes,
I didn't expect it to be that way.
Yeah, well, and I was very impressed with the A&M defense. You know, obviously it is Colorado, but they were able to, the second half especially, really shut them out. The first half there was like a 4th and 1 that it worked out for them. There was a field goal that was missed by Colorado, which of course would have changed things quite a bit in that game. But in the second half they were phenomenal, and then the offense finally got going, of course. But I was impressed with Colorado too. I think they're going to win a lot of games. Their front
you think
seven.
So? You think they might?
Their front seven was very, very good. They were getting a lot of push. They were beating A&M's offensive line, which is why they couldn't run the ball, by the way. They were beating A&M's offensive line almost every play. It was ugly.
You think they'll make a run at the Pac-12 South?
I think they could. They could. It's going to depend on their offense, though, because, like I said, they couldn't move the ball. And I don't know if that's a testament to how good A&M's offense is, or defense is, or if that's a testament to the fact that they just don't have a lot of...
There's an SEC defense against a Pac-12 offense.
Sure. So but we'll see what's going on moving forward. But what's going on, Trey? How you doing, brother? Welcome.
And then we got to talk about the big upset of the weekend.
Yeah, which one would you call the big one?
Oh, Arkansas versus Texas.
That's the big one to you? I knew you were going to say that shit, because to me it's phenomenal that Ohio State lost this early in the year.
Oh, yeah, but like Oregon was number 12, and Oregon's a really good team. Like,
yeah, but they did it without
Flo and without what's his name?
I know,
Kayvon Thibodeau.
Kayvon Thibodeau. Yes. They did it without, and everyone was saying if Kayvon Thibodeau was playing, they might have a chance. Well, guess what?
We said that
comfortably. Yeah, we did. We said that, and they did it comfortably.
Oregon, they went to Ohio State and romped them.
Yes, they did.
The score was only 35-28, but the game was not that close.
No, it wasn't, because they held the lead. They held the lead the entire game. And there were so many times I told you, I said, if they score here, there's no way. That Ohio State.
Their defense was freaking nuts.
Yes, Oregon was very impressive defensively. You could tell that I forget the Ohio State's quarterback, but you could tell he was a little shaken. You could tell CJ Stroud. You could tell that he was a little bit. The moment was a little big for him in moments, and you saw a little bit of that.
The other CJ had a better game than he did.
Yeah, for sure.
CJ Verdell.
But the biggest thing, and they talked about it a lot, was just that Ohio State defensively had no answer for.
They didn't adjust.
They didn't adjust for the run that went around the left, and that's how they scored like 3 of their touchdowns. They just took the ball, ran it directly to the left, and went around. They never were able to answer, and that's
playing Oregon. If you're playing Oregon, you got to know where number 7 is at all times.
Yes, exactly. And if I'm an Ohio State fan, that's concerning, because the biggest thing football teams have to be able to do is to adjust.
That shows me that
as good as they are,
Yeah, that shows me that Iowa's really good, by the way.
Yeah.
Anyway,
very impressed with Iowa. Even though they had a shaky first half, it really panned out in the second half.
Yeah, they put the hammer on Iowa State. And I picked the Hawkeyes. I was like,
we both did, exactly. I wasn't too surprised.
I like Iowa State, but like I wasn't sold on like the big environment at Iowa State. Like, had this been at Kinnick Stadium, like if this had been at Iowa, the game would have been further out of reach.
Yes, I agree. Yeah.
It would have been nuts.
Yeah, it would have been ugly. The first half of the game followed the script that I kind of predicted, which was that it was going to be very defensive, very low scoring. But then, of course, in the second half, Iowa really broke it loose. So that's that's encourage.
Bad day for Breece Hall. Bad day for Brock Purdy. But against their biggest rival.
Sure.
But maybe the biggest upset in terms of like overall college football was Oregon over Ohio State.
But you were most pleased.
Impressed by was Arkansas beating Texas, because Arkansas they blew the dog snot out of Texas.
So
my God.
I want to ask you, do you feel that game was more impressive of a win of Arkansas, or was it more of an embarrassing loss for Texas? Like, was it more Arkansas had to do with it, or was it more that Texas has just that much more to work on?
That's a difficult question.
Yeah,
it's probably I'm going to say I think it's a little bit of both, but I think it's more embarrassing for Texas, because if you look at where Texas is now and where they have been the last 2 years, and you look at Arkansas, and then you look at what Arkansas just did to them, shut them out in the first half, and it wasn't close, like at all. No. Arkansas's defense played amazing.
Yes,
and that was without Bumper Pool for the first half. They shut them out in the first half without their best linebacker in the game.
Which, by the way, Bumper Pool is by far the most diesel name a linebacker can have.
There's a defensive lineman at Auburn I'm going to tell you about here. At Ole Miss I'm going to tell you about here in a second.
Well, I can't wait. Bumper Pool, though, is still pretty up there.
Bumper Pool's a good name.
Yeah.
But no, Arkansas, I don't know. And this game could have been way more of a blowout, because there were several times Arkansas got into the red zone and just couldn't convert on third down, but they made all their field goals. But it didn't really matter that they weren't scoring touchdowns, because Texas wasn't scoring at all.
No, exactly.
So
yeah, It's tough to say to the previous question about who, which team showed more of like who they are, because to me the biggest determining factor of the game was just that Texas was just beat up front every single play on offense and defense. I was very impressed with the front seven for Arkansas. I was not very impressed with the O-line for Texas. I was very impressed with the offensive line for Arkansas. I mean, honestly, Arkansas just won. And the biggest thing to me, and this
KJ Jefferson.
KJ Jefferson, which, by the way, what made him good, because he only threw one touchdown in the game. He had 2 interceptions. His feet is actually where he shined, and that kind of actually leads us into the play of the week, which I will show you now.
I think this makes the SEC West race look a little more interesting.
There we go. That's the right button. Okay. So the play of the week, I agree with you. Go ahead. What were you going to say?
No, go ahead.
Okay. Cool. So, play of the week. This is early in the game still. Arkansas is up 13-0, and you know how the momentum goes, right? You can't really be... If you go up 3 possessions on somebody, that's when you start talking about good old-fashioned 21 skunk, right? Anytime, but when it's 2 possessions and you're in the first half, you're thinking, okay, we just need something to get back into it. So right now, Arkansas has the ball. It's 1st and 10. They're moving the ball pretty well. This is a fun little play because it was almost sort of an accident. So the way this is going to work, this is a read option play. And when it's a read option, you're always reading this guy right here. You want to see if he's going to go inside and go after the running back that you just handed it to, or if he's going to wait and try to get to try to go to the quarterback, right? And that's what the quarterback is reading. That's what makes it a read option. So when we play it out here, he goes to hand off. He sees that this guy's coming down, right? He sees he's coming down. KJ Jefferson assumes that he's going to turn inside here and go after the running back, which is not exactly what happened. It was a bit of a heads up play for, I can't tell what number it is. I can't see what player it is here. But it was a good heads up play for this Texas player here, because he sees and realizes that it is a read option. So then he goes after KJ Jefferson. Well, funny enough, offensive line for Arkansas is doing such a good job, they've actually opened up this hole. So what's going to happen is the running back's going to go through his hole untouched. So if they handed off, the running back would have been gone. But funny enough, KJ Jefferson has and this is what made him so good. He channeled his Cam, he channeled his Dak, he channeled this guy's 6'3", 235. This is a big, strong boy. He can run the ball very well. So what's going to happen here, and you'll see it play out, the running back's going to go through, and then KJ Jefferson's going to turn. The running back, this is the funny part. The running back right here, watch his face right here. He's going to turn back around and go, oh shit, he's behind me. He didn't take the read option. He's taking my hole. So he goes up the gut, he turns around, oh, let me block for you, man. They go upfield, and of course it's a big gain, probably about 20, 30 yards there. KJ Jefferson is dangerous whenever he gets moving, because he is so big, he's so tough to take down. Again, he is a Cam type, he is a Dak type. He's 6'3", 245. This guy's a professional wrestler. He's a thick boy. You can't take him down. So that was my play of the week, because I just thought the improvisation there was so much fun. And
for sure.
And that's honestly what makes them good, because again, even on that play, and what makes Arkansas kind of scary is even on that play, they won up front. So we could have handed the ball off and been fine. He kept it, and obviously that was the wrong decision, but he was able to slip up the middle, and his offensive line made that possible for him. Had they collapsed and the read option was actually his only option, he'd have been tackled, because there's defenders all around.
What's up, Will?
What's going on, Will?
Accidents. Will, did you get in an accident today? I hope not.
Like my long lost brother says. Oh, I think Trey did, though. I don't know if Will did, but I know Trey did this morning.
Got in an accident?
Yeah, check out the Discord. It's on there.
Okay. I was working all day.
Oh, is that all you're doing? You work? Yeah. Come on now. Yeah, fun play of the week, though.
Yeah. I'm super impressed by this Arkansas team.
Whoopsie.
If you look at the schedule, I think there is a very
Oh, he froze. Hang on a minute, boys and girls. Is it me? Is it my Wi-Fi? No, I think it's him. Uh-oh. Let me, Uh-oh. This never happens. Oh, he might be fucking actually free. Let me text him. You froze, dog. Hold up. Look at my man. He's stuck. He ain't going anywhere. Wake up. Wake up, Spencer. If you can hear me, do something. I just texted him. Well, here we are. I don't know what he was going to say. I think he was going to talk about the Arkansas schedule. So let me get that brought up real quick. It's just me now. He got kicked off the call. Okay, great. Let me just show you the screen. Arkansas schedule. They have to play Georgia this year. I didn't even realize. Oh shit. Spencer's internet cut out. Oh damn. Okay, well it's just me. Let me see if I can get him to. Maybe see if he can get his internet back. Ruh-roh. Uh-oh. We apologize for this, ladies and gentlemen. I don't actually have this set up in such a way. So, like, if I change it to this, see, I'm like, because it's on Zoom, it's based on, hang on. Maybe I can fix it so that, there we go. Okay. That's kind of correct for hang on, let me just do me. There we go. We apologize for the inconvenience here, ladies and gents. Strange things. Yeah, Spencer had some kind of power surge or something. Reset the router. I'm giving him internet advice now. Somehow my music cut out. Where's my music at? Let me get it. I need my music. That was the problem. Yeah, there we go. Somehow that music stopped too. It's back now. I don't know what the fuck happened. Okay, so Spencer will be back. We apologize for the inconvenience. We will have to cut this out in post or something. But you know how it is, man. This is live TV. It's just how it goes, man. You're on live. But yeah, so Arkansas does have some interesting games coming up. Of course, they're gonna take care of Georgia Southern this weekend. A&M is the big one to circle right because A&M is sliding. If you're an A&M fan, you're definitely worried about that game because. Let's be honest, A&M did not look very good this past Saturday, especially with Haynes King going out of there. But we'll see how things go. I mean, A&M also has they play New Mexico State this weekend, so it will give Zach Calzada a little bit of time to get used to the offense. He's going to have 2 full weeks of practice under his belt. He's going to be getting the first team starts and stuff. So we'll see. It's going to be an interesting game, and I think it's going to come down to defense, honestly, because both teams defensively are pretty dominant. But if you're looking at Arkansas down the stretch, you circle the A&M game as a big one. You circle the Georgia game as a big one because Georgia. I can't wait to. I want to talk about this more here in a minute whenever Spencer comes back on. But let me tell you something. The Georgia offense is scary, and I know that they had their week 1 against Clemson. That first week, you got to get the butterflies out. You never want to open a season against Clemson. It was low scoring for a reason. Both teams have elite defenses, but this Georgia offense has a lot of potential, and I'll tell you why it could be so special here in a second. Spencer says no clue what's happened. Yeah, no. I said no worries. Just hop back on. Okay, just texting him back. It'd be that way sometimes, man. If you look down the stretch, Georgia and A&M are the big ones of the circle. Mississippi State, Ole Miss is very dangerous this year. They're moving the ball very well defensively. They're fine. We'll see what's going to happen there. Auburn, of course, is one you circle. We'll see, man. Auburn does look good right now, but it's one of those things you never know what things are going to look like down the stretch. It really just depends on how good Texas is. If Texas continues to be as good if Texas continues to win, that would lead you to believe that Auburn would actually beat a good team there. But that Arkansas beat a good team there. So we'll see what happens. But Arkansas definitely does have a rough schedule, and they get Alabama really late. So we'll see if they go somehow. Undefeated or maybe even one loss into that game. Anything can happen. It's late in the year. They remember November. You know how it is. So if you're a Hogs fan, could be a fun year for you. But we'll see, man. I'm looking forward to seeing him play more, though. I just realized I had the wrong screen on. Let me see. Anybody else in the chat? Okay, cool. Awesome. So we're not letting anybody down. It's a slow day. So now we just wait for Spencer. What else can I talk about? What else did he have written down? What if I go back to the screen? Hang on. Yeah, what if I go back here? It's kind of trippy. Having just a blank spot. Sorry, I had to check on something now. I'm getting some ice. What's going on, Will? Will, Spencer's Wi-Fi took an L. Somehow he had a power surge. I'm not sure exactly what happened. But we're just waiting on him to come back on here. Can you get back in Zoom? Or do you need to make a new meeting? We'll see. So yeah, we just wait now. I'll tell you what. Here's what's going to happen. If you're watching the replay of this, go ahead and just on YouTube and then tick forward until you get to the actual spot where Spencer comes at. Oh, and there it is. And there it is. He's online. Let me go ahead and put his full screen real quick. Ooh, he's here. You just got to turn that camera on. Where's that big beard that takes up half the screen? Let's see it. Maybe. No, there you are.
There it goes.
All right. Don't worry. I kept everyone entertained. I talked about Arkansas. I talked about how I assume you were
we're still live. Okay.
Yeah, we're still live. Everything's fine. It was just the Zoom meeting. I got the stream going. We're fine.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Yeah,
cool,
no,
cool,
I kept everyone entertained.
Sorry, folks.
It happens, dog.
My power surged and it cut everything off for a second. But what would this show be without technical difficulties?
Dude, that's the new name of the podcast.
Yeah. All right, yeah, we were live the whole time, and I'm unfrozen now.
No, we're fine.
Cool.
But you were talking about Arkansas, and I
was talking about Arkansas.
I was thinking, I assumed you were going to say that down the stretch, Arkansas could have a good season. They might be a contender for the West. I pulled up the schedule, and I'll be honest with you, man, I don't know. I was trying to rationalize it, but I don't know. And maybe I'm wrong. Maybe that's not what you were going to say.
Oh, I was looking at the schedule. I think there's a very realistic chance that Gameday is going to go to A&M versus Arkansas next week, because the only other ranked game on the schedule is Notre Dame versus Wisconsin, and that's on Fox. So I'm assuming Big Noon Kickoff is going to go to that game.
Yeah,
and Big Noon Kickoff and Gameday never go to the same place.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming that's where Gameday is going to go, unless they choose one of their crazy locations.
Yeah.
They're going to go to a still ranked in the top 10 A&M team versus a newly ranked Arkansas team. Yeah, both teams are going to be 3-0 because Arkansas plays Georgia Southern this week and A&M plays New Mexico.
The only reason I don't think they would do that is because it's a Jerry World. If it was on because they like to go to a campus, you know.
Yes.
They usually like to do that. So that's the only reason I feel like they wouldn't. But it would be a prime candidate for that. I mean, it really would. And knowing Jerry Jones,
if they go, I'm going.
I mean, right? Like, yeah.
No, like, I'm serious. If they go, I'm going.
Yeah, go it. Do it, man. I'll go with you. Just let me know. Just let me know that you're doing it.
I'm serious. Let's do it.
Okay, fine. Damn. You ain't got to threaten me with a good time. Shit, I'm in. But let's quickly scan through the games from last week. I know you said you wrote down what our picks were and who was right and who was wrong.
Did I?
You said you were. I don't know, but I'm sure we probably
I was writing it down while we were picking them.
Alabama, of course, we knew was going to beat Mercer, so that happened. One thing I want to tell you about this game, Georgia and UAB, we didn't even pick this. Obviously, number 2, Georgia's going to pull this game out. But I was telling everybody while you were gone, there's a stat about this Georgia team that I really feel I need to share with you because it's kind of frightening, okay?
I'm listening.
The quarterback.
I love stats.
Oh, you're going to like this one. The quarterback for Georgia, right?
Stetson Bennett the fourth. The mailman.
Bennett the fourth, the mailman. 10 of 12 in passing yard. 10 of 12 in passing attempts. He only threw 12 passes the entire game. 10 of
5 of them were touchdowns.
5 of them were touchdowns. That's terrifying to me. Is that not terrifying to you? That shouldn't be able
I got another stat, Joe, if you want to go look at Florida's quarterback Anthony Richardson's stat from last week.
Let me go check. Let's see. Florida. I'm pulling it up right now.
His passing stats.
Now, of course, it is. You know, you're playing what the college football preseason game, right? So you're not really playing anybody as we would call it. 3 of 3, 152 yards, 2 touchdowns. My man.
No, it was 3 touchdowns, wasn't it?
2. My man threw
2.
My man threw 2 touchdown passes and another pass. He was 100%, literally. Hey, look, let me tell you something. You can't fuck up your completion percentage if you don't throw the ball more.
Yeah, true.
What was his QBR for that game, I wonder?
I have no clue. Probably perfect. What's the perfect QBR?
On the season, it's 100.
Good.
What were we gonna say? You have a thought there. It's tripping you up.
I was playing NCAA one time, and I did an experiment. I did a Road to Glory, and on NCAA 14, and I sent my guy to New Mexico because they were in a triple option style offense because I wanted to run the ball a lot.
Right.
I did an experiment to see if I can go an entire season without throwing an incompletion. Yes, I was in a running offense, not a passing offense.
But technically,
I went 129 for 129.
Damn.
Yeah.
Like you actually pushed it. You threw the ball hot a little bit.
No, because if you look at normal throwing,
I
was way low, but I won the Heisman. So.
Well, of course. Very nice. Another upset we didn't talk about last week, but has certainly caused some stirrings. Stanford, who, by the way, has already lost the game, upset USC. Number 14 USC.
They put a whooping on USC.
42-28. And by the way, USC's parted ways with their coach. They were like, nah, we ain't doing this. So it's over.
Yeah, they fired Clay Helton.
Mm-hmm.
And now they're talking about all these people. They're like, James Franklin might be the new head coach at USC. No, he won't. It's not going to be James Franklin.
Urban Meyer might step down. No, he's not.
No, Urban Meyer, I'd believe. If you told me tomorrow that Urban Meyer was going to be the new head coach at USC and he was going to leave Jacksonville, I'd be like, yeah.
Oh, I believe
that
it
makes
too.
Sense.
No, I would 100%.
He's a good coach, but he's a snake in the grass.
Yeah, I mean that's a whole other thing. But I agree with you. But yeah, I know they asked him about it in an interview, and he was just like, absolutely not. That's ridiculous.
But look at his body language when he answers. He looks straight down. He goes, no chance.
That's true. Maybe
it's very Saban-esque. I don't know how many times I'm going to tell you I'm not taking the Alabama job when he was at Miami.
I don't know how many times I got to tell you we're executing all the players today. By the way, we didn't show this last week, but this needs to be shared. Hang on, I'm going to go ahead and play the clip real quick for everybody to see. Brian Kelly's
team had it all. Yeah. What did you think of your team's ability to withstand Florida State's impressive comeback?
Yeah, I'm in favor of execution. Maybe our entire team needs to be executed after tonight.
You just can't say that, man. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to stiff arm you, Spencer, but it was playing, and I was like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah. We good now?
Yeah, we're good.
That's why I had Notre Dame on a guillotine last week.
No, I know you did.
His team needed to be executed.
I can't believe that.
We didn't talk about it.
No, I know. We really should have. Let me get caught up on chat real quick. Will says, y'all setting up a date for maybe a game day. Ooh, behave. Oh, behave. I know, man. I'm telling you. We would go to that. And he also says, I feel like there's somebody that has gotten a very close record to that before. I just don't know who. Like in real time. So
perfect passing in a season. I don't know about a season, but the year Jameis Winston won the Heisman, in his first game, he went 25 of 27.
Yeah.
And I watched that game because that game happened the same night that Kenny Hill at A&M game against South Carolina happened. I saw that stat flash across the screen. I'm like, that dude's winning the Heisman. Mm-hmm. And then he did.
Yeah, sure enough. Also, Will says, talking about Urban Meyer, says it's crazy if he just started at Jacksonville. You at least think he would get halfway through the season before he left.
He don't care.
No, absolutely.
He gonna pull a Bobby Petrino with the Falcons, and he's dipping.
So let me ask you, Spencer, do you really think like he's actually like considering this? Because USC, it's a good place to be if you're
just
a
like five
coach.
Jobs in college football you want.
Yeah.
Texas, Alabama, USC, Ohio State, and
Florida
give me
State.
Another one. Florida State.
At one time, Florida State, not really so much anymore. But Norville's changing things. All right, Norville's except for the fact.
Not when you lose to Jacksonville State.
We're not going to talk about that though. We got other topics.
That's an upset we got to talk about. Jacksonville State beat Florida State on a last-second Hail Mary.
I don't want to talk.
The dude mossed the guy and then juked him out of his shoes and ran to the end zone. It was nuts. Did you see the play?
No, actually, I didn't. I'm gonna look it up. I don't want to talk about it though. Jacksonville State.
Hail Mary versus Florida State. Now, this is the same Jacksonville State team that gave Auburn a run several years ago.
Maybe they just like to. Hang on.
Jacksonville State is like the App State of the FCS. Like if you look at Jacksonville State, they've given a bunch of teams runs.
Oh, honey, you can't let that. I did see this. You can't let that happen. He wasn't even in the end zone. And then the other guy just didn't try to tackle him. Make the tackle, my guy. When that happens right here, when number 3 has him right here, you do not let him get away. And then once he's gone, you're shit. Oh, my gosh. Look at that. Oh. Oh, the pain. It's not showing on screen. I just realized. No one's seeing it. Hang on. Let me try it again. There we go. Here.
Well, I'm sorry we're showing you this suffering.
I mean, Will, you like Florida State, don't you?
Yeah, Will's a Florida State guy.
I'm a Mike Norville fan. I was really hoping.
I like Mike Norville.
I was really, really hoping that he would be able to turn things around for that program because.
Oh, he's going to.
I think he's going to. You need time, of course. Their recruiting has been. And look at the cheerleaders. And they're like, what the fuck? What? Yeah.
The guy cheerleader in all tan was like, what just happened?
He was the Pikachu meme. Anyways. Okay, so that was an upset. Another upset we didn't talk about is USC and Stanford. Texas and Arkansas, we've talked about that one ad nauseum.
There's like been 8 FCS over FBS upsets. Freaking Eastern Washington beat somebody. Mm-hmm. East Tennessee State beat Vanderbilt.
Isn't that just the most Vanderbilt thing to lose that game?
Okay, talking about Vanderbilt, I need to show you. We're getting to our uniform. We're getting to one of our uniform parts of the week early. I need you to go look up at the helmets that Tulane is wearing this week.
Tulane helmets.
Because there's some throwback helmets. And I really like the logo. I think it looks really good. I love Tulane's color scheme. They're playing Ole Miss. They're playing at Ole Miss. We'll talk about that game in a minute. But I want you to look at the sticker that they've got on the back of their helmet.
Tulane Trolls. Hang on. What is this? Let me show everybody real quick. Ole Miss SEC chance. Okay. What the deuce? Hang on. All right, this website's not showing it. Hang on, let me go here. Let me just go straight to images. SEC champ.
If you didn't know, Tulane used to be part of the SEC. They are 3-time SEC champions. They left the SEC in 1965. Guess how many SEC championships Vanderbilt has? Founding member of the SEC, Vanderbilt. Guess how many championships they have?
I'm gonna guess a big fat 0.
A big old goose egg.
Yikes.
That means Tulane has more SEC championships. Also, Tulane, get your program together and come back to the SEC. You're like in the heart of the South in New Orleans. What are you doing, my guy?
Spencer, first of all, I really think you telling me this right now, after watching what they did to Oklahoma, they're still an SEC team in spirit. All right, they just need They need a little extra edge to win that game. Who's that?
Georgia Tech.
Yeah, I know that. Yeah,
Georgia Tech used to be in the SEC,
and that's a good fit. That's a good fit.
They left. That's a very good fit because they're a natural rival with Georgia, natural rival with Clemson and Auburn.
And their mascot. You got to love their mascot too.
Their official mascot is that car.
I thought it was a fucking bumblebee, hornet. No, I thought it was a.
They're the Yellow Jackets.
They're the
Yellow Jackets, but their official mascot is the car.
Wow.
That's their official mascot.
Well, let's get to some games this week, man. That's lovely.
Okra Watch.
Delta
State Minutemen. No, Delta State Statesmen, a.k.a. Fighting Okra. They won their last game against McKendree State like 45-14.
Ooh.
They are 2-0 in the season. They have a win streak of 2 games, and they go on the road this week to play the University of West Georgia.
Delta State. I was like, hang on.
Delta State Fighting Okra.
Delta Statesman.
Yes.
Loading.
AKA Fighting Okra.
The Fighting Okra is absolutely the way to go. Like they got to fix that. I just want to see the schedule. I don't need to see their roster. I ain't trying to keep up with their players that closely. ESPN. Okay. Yep. So they are 2-0. They're going to play whoever you said they were going to play.
University of West Georgia.
West Georgia Wolves, as a matter of fact. Looks like they are.
Go Okra.
Yeah, go Okra, man. All right. Well, now we
be favored in that game.
Now we know who's playing. Look, man, whoever's playing at 5:00 tomorrow, you can kiss my ass. I am watching this game.
I don't even know if this game's going to be on TV, dog.
Isn't that wild to know that that's true? I'm gonna get tickets and go to the game.
We should go to a Delta State.
Oh my God, we have to do that now. We totally have to do that.
How far is the drive from here to Cleveland, Mississippi? Let me know. I need to know.
Dude, absolutely. Whenever we get more people on here next week, we need to speak to them about the Okra, about the Fighting Okra. All right, this week
more
we got
people.
You never know how that's going to happen. Nebraska, Oklahoma, 11 a.m. in Norman. Who do you got?
The renewing of a rivalry from days past. Old Big 8. I don't think Nebraska was ever in the Southwest Conference. Old Big 8, old Big 12 rivals. These two used to play every year. They've played some slobber knockers of games. It's in Norman.
Yes.
I'm not going to lie to you. I don't think Oklahoma is everything people are saying they are. I don't think they should be number 3 because only beating Tulane. Tulane's a very good team, but only beating Tulane by 5.
Yeah, no,
that ain't a good look, dude.
We've seen this movie before with Oklahoma, right? The hype is there. They win some games they should win. They always lose one game that they shouldn't, or they always lose one. Yeah, they always lose one game that they shouldn't
lose.
Somehow they make the playoff, maybe, and then they get blown out.
Ain't gonna be this week though. No, Nebraska's bad.
Yeah,
Oklahoma by a lot.
You got to give props to Nebraska for having a rebound and coming back and winning 2 games after that loss, honestly, to a not very good Illinois team.
Yeah, because they lost to UTSA the next week.
That's exactly, and so that's just college football this year for some reason. But it doesn't make sense. But that being said,
Oklahoma by a bunch.
Yeah, Oklahoma by a bunch. They are a top 10 team. They're not the number 3 team in the nation, in my opinion. But yeah, they are more
top 10 for sure. But
yeah,
not number 3.
They are enough to be the Cornhuskers. So give me Oklahoma. But boy, I would love it if the Huskers.
That'd be great.
Somehow, I'd be really into that. New Mexico State and A&M.
A&M by a mile.
I don't know, man. The Lobos are undefeated. It is at home, of course, for A&M.
Is it New Mexico or New Mexico State?
New Mexico.
Oh, the Lobos. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Cool-ass mascot. I like their uniforms, I like their color scheme. But, yeah, A&M by a mile.
Yeah,
tune-up game for them to get ready for Arkansas next week.
A&M is 30-point favorites. I just want to see, as an A&M fan, I just want to see Zach Calzada get comfortable because he has an arm. And he has an accurate arm. Some of the throws he made in that fourth quarter against Colorado were unbelievable. I mean, he really
that touchdown pass to Isaiah Spiller was dope.
He can throw a dart, but he also has that touch. You know what I'm saying? So I think,
but it's where only his guy can get it.
Exactly. He's good at fitting it in the windows. You notice he never threw an interception. Everything was safe. It was either on the money or it was nobody could get it. So I like that. He's going to be very secure with the ball. Jimbo's
he was either putting it on his guy's sternum or he was putting it in the second row.
Right. So I just want to see him get comfortable because Arkansas is for real, and that's who they've got next after that. So give me A&M in that game for obvious reasons.
A bunch. I don't even know who. LSU plays Central Michigan this week. We're at home in Death Valley. We're wearing purple. LSU by a bunch.
Yeah, I agree with that one. Who else is here that's like an actual game we would maybe care about?
Oh, I got it in our notes.
Oh, yeah, I figured you do that.
We got number 8, Cincinnati.
Okay.
Going to Indiana. Which at the beginning of the season looked like a hell of a lot more interesting game than I think this is going to turn out to be. Mm-hmm. It's still an interesting game because I think Indiana is still a good team. Mm-hmm. But, at the beginning of the season, everybody thought this might be like a ranked versus ranked matchup. And, Cincinnati has a chance to like really prove themselves.
Yeah.
This is like one of the 2 big games that Cincinnati has on their schedule this year that I think if they win or split these games, they have a realistic chance to make the playoff.
Yeah.
I like what who's Luke Fickell, the coach at Cincinnati. I like Desmond Ridder. I think the Cincinnati team is for real. I think they go into Indiana and they win this game. Indiana's still very good. I like Michael Penix, but I think Cincinnati gets this done.
Yeah, you know what? I'm going to go out on a limb here. I think I like teams that lose early in the year. Because then you have the jitters, and this is, by the way, this is just me. This is Daryl talking about a feeling, right? I like teams that lose early in the year because, again, the jitters of like we can't lose, it leaves. You settle down, you play well, and for that reason, I actually am going to take the Hoosiers here. They're at home. Mike Penix Jr. just needs to settle down. He has all the talent that they need. I think this is going to be a high-scoring game. I think Indiana is going to win it late, but yeah, this is going to be a big win. This is going to be a game that the Bearcats are going to lose and drop by a lot. I think because if you look at it, ESPN has the number 8 team in the nation against a unranked team with only a 55% chance of winning. They're basically saying it is only a coin flip for Indiana. For Cincinnati to win this game, that to me screams they're going to drop because people already it's a courtesy 8 because they haven't lost since last year. So that being said, give me the Hoosiers.
They lost their bowl game.
Yeah, they lost their bowl. But that being said, give me the Hoosiers in a very close one. They'll win late.
High scoring, close. Yeah. Give me. I agree about high scoring and close, but give me Cincinnati.
Okay.
And then we've got what I think is going to be a very interesting game. We've got Tulane going on the road to play Ole Miss, this high-powered, high-flying offense that Lane Kiffin's got going on at Ole Miss. I think this Tulane team is very good. I think they have a realistic chance to win the.
So does ESPN.
It's going to be. I think it's going to be. I think they have a realistic shot in this game, and I think they have a realistic chance to compete with Cincinnati for the American Conference Championship.
God damn. So it's big on the big wave this year, the green wave this year.
Green roll wave, like they say at Tulane. I've been to Tulane Stadium, Yeoman.
Have you?
When I was working in New Orleans, it's a nice stadium.
Really? Yeah.
You know, I've been high on Ole Miss all year. This offense is phenomenal. I like this offense. I like Matt Corral. I think he might be the best quarterback in the SEC.
Yep.
That might be a controversial statement, but at this point in time, I think he's the best quarterback in the SEC.
All right.
I think this game is going to be exciting. There's going to be a bunch of big plays. But let me tell you what. Give me the green wave.
Okay. All right.
Going on the road to Oxford. This Michael Pratt, this quarterback at Tulane, is the real damn deal. And I think Tulane goes on the road and gets a good upset.
Here's what I'll tell you about this, man. I would agree with you, all right? I would agree with you because this is a game. Tulane's seen this movie before. They played Oklahoma. It's going to be the same style of a big, high-powered offense. Ole Miss, defensively, we have a couple questions. I think this is a game that Tulane can win. The only edge I'm going to give is the only thing I'm going to say is that Tulane would win this game if it was an 11 a.m. kickoff and they caught Ole Miss sleeping. This is a 7 o'clock game. It's going to be rocking in Oxford. Give me Ole Miss big. I think they keep it close going into the half, but I think Ole Miss pulls away and Tulane can't catch up. I think this Ole Miss team is for real. Got some questions on defense, but we'll see how that looks. But yeah, give me Ole Miss big. But I respect the pick. I really do. But I just don't like the 7 o'clock. It's going to be mean. It's going to be nasty that night.
I love the city of New Orleans. So
I get it. I respect it.
Putting our picks in.
Arizona State, BYU, going to BYU. Both 2-0 teams. Future Big 12
team, BYU. Future Big 12 team. I haven't watched Arizona State at all this year.
Me neither. I don't know what they're doing now.
I don't know what they're doing. I know their quarterback's very good. Jaden Daniels. I think Jaden something Daniels. His last name
Jay Daniels. I'll find out for sure. Jaden Daniels.
Jaden Daniels. Okay.
It was spelled with a Y, so
Yeah, I think he's very good. But I think this BYU team is for real. I think this BYU team is really good.
I do too.
I watched a couple clips of their games. They're playing good defense.
Yeah, Jaron Hall, the quarterback at BYU, he's very secure with the ball. 5 touchdowns, no interceptions.
They're playing in Provo. Give me BYU.
Yeah, give me the Cougars big. I think they rise a little bit in the rankings.
I don't know about big. Maybe I think it'll be.
No, I like big.
Cougars by 2 touchdowns.
I'm feeling blowouts this week, man. I just am. I don't know why. I got the feeling. Yeah. I got the feeling that some dangerous things are going to happen this week, and you're going to see some high-scoring games. I don't know why. I just feel that way. It's just a wild hair that I have. What else other games are on the schedule here?
And then we got, I think, a very interesting game. Which one are you looking at?
I don't know. Tell me.
Got Fresno State going on the road to number 13 UCLA. I don't know how in the world UCLA is number 13. I know they beat.
They're dominant, man. Look how
they beat LSU. Number at the time 16th ranked LSU. They're definitely top 20, but they're not that high, or top 25. I don't think they're that high.
I think 13 is about right, man. They look that good to me. They really do. I'm impressed with the Bruins.
Fresno gave Oregon a run.
Yep,
I think this Fresno State team is good.
I agree.
I think they've got a chance to run against Boise and San Jose State for the
Don't do this. I can tell don't do this, Spencer. Do not make this mistake.
Give me Fresno State on the road, dude. I'm telling you.
Spencer, listen, we've had this.
They went to Autzen Stadium and only lost to Oregon by 7 points.
Yeah, but listen.
An Oregon team, I need to remind you, just beat Ohio State on the road.
Yeah, but
if you're telling me that UCLA is on the same level of Ohio State, you are smoking crack rock.
But that was week 1, my guy. And honestly, I think this UCLA team is there. I don't know that they would beat Ohio State, but they would certainly win 3 or 4 out of those games out of 10. It would be close, but I think
so. What you're telling me is that LSU is on the same wavelength of Ohio State. That's basically.
No, that's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying.
That's what it sounds like if you're saying that UCLA is going to beat Fresno State by this much.
I'm not saying they're going to blow out Fresno State. I am telling you they're going to win by. I am telling you they're going to win by 2 touchdowns, and it will not.
Fresno State's going to hang around in this game.
They will hang around. I will give you that. They are going to hang around, but UCLA is going to win.
Fresno State by a field goal.
No. Give me UCLA by 2 touchdowns, and they have the lead the entire game, except for an early field goal by Fresno State. It's 3-0. UCLA comes out. Next thing you know, it's 21-13, and it just keeps on moving that direction.
All right.
That's what I'm telling you, man. That's my pick. But I respect it. I understand. I like you picking.
I'll make bold picks on this game.
This is the one you're wrong about. I can't wait to find out what actually happens next week. Okay, this is a big one. This is one that I've got to tell a funny story about, which you guys can definitely. I think you probably read it. Oh shit, we have so many people in the chat now. We got Will. Okay, here's Jack. This is what's happening next. What's going on, Jack?
Jack, I'm so sorry I didn't see you.
I got cleared from surgery. All well, less teeth. Hey, hell yeah, that's good. Jack, thanks for dropping by, man.
For real?
She had some teeth that had to be extracted. Oh, damn, that's a pain in the ass, man. Jack, I don't know if I told you, we have a cat now. It's kind of, we have a stray cat we've been feeding, but it's like...
Oh, I've got like 12 stray cats living around my house.
All right, well, Spencer has a dozen, I have one. But welcome, Jack. Very glad you're here, man. We're having a good time this week.
We had a cat that hung around. We named her part-time because she was only here part of the time.
I love it.
But she had like 2 litters of kittens in our neighbor's garage, and now the kittens just run around the neighborhood. We had another cat that hung out in our driveway called Sometime, but I haven't seen him in a long time.
Got you. Next game we're going to talk about is the whiteout game, but I got to be right back, so give me just a moment. Okay. I apologize.
All right, folks. He's got a dip for a second. Now it's my turn to entertain you. Yeah, we're going to be talking about this whiteout game. Auburn going to State College, Pennsylvania, Penn State, Happy Valley. SEC team versus Big Ten team, both very good teams. Penn State won that close one week 1 against Wisconsin.
I'm back. Let me get my headphones.
I was telling them about Auburn and Penn State. So like I said, number 22 Auburn going on the road to number 10 Penn State. Whiteout game in State College in Happy Valley. SEC versus Big Ten. You don't see this a lot. Gameday is going to be in town.
Yeah.
You don't see this a lot. A big like early season conference versus conference matchup like this.
Yeah, like this. And
I think it's going to be a fun game.
I do too. Funny story about this one. Also, Jack, I see you're playing Hollow Knight. Beautiful, wonderful game. One thing that's funny about this game, you probably already read it in the headlines at home. Whoa, wrong button. Head coach James Franklin, who's the head coach of Penn State, he wants this stadium on Saturday to be as loud as possible. This is a big game for them. Auburn, of course, is trending right now. They're playing very well right now. They're moving up in the rankings.
Yeah, but they blew out 2 FCS teams.
We're not going to talk about that. The point I'm trying to make, the funny part is that this coach has decided he wants it as loud as possible. He is literally providing lozenges to every fan to make sure that if anybody gets a sore throat, they can keep screaming and that they don't feel the effects.
I want Coach O to do that for a big game in Death Valley.
Oh, would that be amazing? You love stories like that.
There's an interview when Joe Burrow first transferred to LSU. Somebody was interviewing. She goes, you've been at Ohio State, you've played at Penn State, and they're very loud up there. She goes, how do they compare it down here? And he basically said Penn State doesn't hold a candle to Death Valley.
Ooh.
Which is crazy to me because Penn State gets crazy loud.
Yeah, no, they really do.
They played a game against Michigan like 2 or 3 years ago where literally Michigan had to take a timeout on like the first play of the game because the crowd was so loud they couldn't hear her at all. It was nuts.
Yeah. This will be a fun game though, man. This is one that I'm definitely circling. This is the one to watch. To me, it's like my recliner game because I don't really care who wins. I just want to see.
Is this a night game? What time is this game?
It is a 6:30 game. 6:30 kickoff tomorrow night on ABC.
ESPN?
Yeah, or ESPN, ABC. They'll run on both. But yeah, it's going to be the whiteout game. And if you don't know about the whiteout game, I'll go ahead and show you.
This crowd goes nuts.
I don't know.
I don't know if you've ever seen a Penn State crowd, but
I don't know how to make it more clear what exactly what it sounds like. Hang on, let me pull it up. That's
two
really
very similar color schemes. Penn State is navy blue and white. Auburn wears navy blue and white. Auburn's going to be in there all white this week.
There we go. There's a nice little image of it. Yeah, basically everyone wears all white. It makes it look crazy.
They wave white flags. It looks like it snowed in the stadium.
Yeah, it's really trippy, but it's also incredibly
It's very
cool.
loud.
Yeah, you got to love that.
Who you got in this one, Daryl?
I got Penn State big. I think their defense is very dominant. I do like Auburn. I think that they are moving the right way.
I don't think Auburn's going to be able to handle this environment. I don't think Bo Nix is going to be able to. Bo Nix has played in the Iron Bowl, and he's played in Death Valley. Mm-hmm. He hasn't played at Penn State. He's ready for the Iron Bowl, and he's ready for Death Valley. He's not ready for Happy Valley. It's not going to Penn State by a whole bunch.
I don't want to count Auburn out. I think that this will be a competitive game. But I just think that Penn State's
first half maybe.
Yeah, I just like Penn State's defense way too much. I think this is going to be like a 24-13 affair. I think they both might score early and then things begin to tighten up. I expect it to look a lot like that Wisconsin game where it was just incredibly low scoring. But yeah,
this was the final score in that one.
This is going to be a tough game for Auburn to move the ball in with the defense playing, especially if they get any momentum. But yeah, give me the Nittany Lions.
If they can shut down Tank Bigsby, they got it.
I'll be pulling for Auburn though. I want you gotta. I'm rooting for the SEC, of course, and you want Penn State to drop. But yeah.
There was a player. There's a player on Ole Miss I need to tell you about. I was going to tell you about before we cut off.
Spencer, real quick. Jack says they allow more people in the crowd with COVID restrictions now. Yes, that is true.
Yeah.
Depending on where. In California, like UCLA isn't doing it yet, but most places, yes, because the vaccine is everywhere now. They're basically saying like it's your.
Some stadiums are. I know Death Valley, LSU.
Yeah.
You have to provide proof of vaccination to get in.
Yeah. And a lot of places are like requiring masks, or a lot of places are like it's highly suggesting mask, or whatever the case may be. But yeah, for the most part, it's like use your discretion if you want to buy a ticket. But yeah, we're gonna be here. So, but and it's been nice.
You knew it was gonna happen. Yeah, it's been nice. Crowds back. There's a defensive lineman at Ole Miss. I forgot to tell you about it.
Tell me.
His name is Demon Clowney.
That's right. We were talking Demon Clowney.
He's cousins with Jadeveon Clowney.
Okay, that's what I was gonna ask.
And his real name is Demon Clowney. That's his Demon Clowney.
I bet his like Twitter handle is like Demon Clown or something like that.
That'd be crazy.
But I think that's all the games I actually have.
Nope, we got one more to talk about.
Oh, tell me.
Number 1, Alabama going to the Swamp to play number 11. Florida.
We'll end on this one because we know Georgia's going to spank South Carolina.
Yeah.
That's a pretty conclusion.
Hey, South Carolina's going to Georgia, and the last time that happened was in 2019, and South Carolina upset them. I don't think that's going to happen this year because Georgia's really good. Georgia was really good 2 years ago. Anyway, Alabama versus Auburn.
Gators in the Tide.
Gators in the Tide. Cross conference, which next year
they are going to the Swamp.
They're going to be in the Swamp next year. This is going to be an in-division game if the SEC does the smart thing when Texas and OU get there and move Alabama and Auburn to the East.
For the love of God, can we not talk about conference realignment? Who do you think is going to win the game?
I think this game is close. I just saw the matchup predictor on the thing. I think it's going to be much closer than that. Anthony Richardson, this quarterback at Florida, this dude is the real deal. He's like 6'5", 230. This dude looks like if Tim Tebow and Cam Newton had a baby and played quarterback. And he wears number 15 like Tebow did. He's built like both of them. He's big, he's thick, and he can run like crazy. He's like 6'5", 230-something pounds. Bryce Young in Alabama he's got like 7.
I mean, goddamn, you talking like that made me want to change my pick now. It's a big, thick boy.
Yeah. Alabama's, they're always very good. Alabama's defense is good. They played against Miami, and obviously they blew out Mercer. Bryce Young has looked really good. This is going to be Bryce Young's first real test in a hostile environment. They're going to be in the Swamp. We're going to see how he's going to stand up to this. I think he does well. Give me Florida by a field goal. They're in the Swamp. Anthony Richardson's playing well. Florida's offense is playing well. SEC versus SEC. Bryce Young's first real test. Yes, Alabama is very good. They're going to be very good. it's freshman quarterback going to a hostile environment like the Swamp. Give me game's very close. Give me Florida by a field goal.
It's too early. I have not seen enough out of both of these teams to really be able to accurately tell you what I think is going to happen. I will tell you this. I'm looking forward to seeing how Bryce Young plays. I think that's going to be the determining factor. Look, Florida's going to do what they're going to do. The Alabama defense is going to do what they're going to do. I don't think Florida scores more than 24 here, right? It's going to come
Alabama will have 21.
Right. Well, it's going to come down to Bryce Young because we're going to see how well he can move the ball again against a healthy Florida defense. Had maybe some leftover issues from last year. We're going to see how that goes. Healthy Florida defense, but again, not a lot of film on them in my opinion just yet. So we'll see what happens. I think it comes down to Bryce Young though. How does he respond? Because if he plays as well as he did against Miami, now granted Miami is not a Florida, but Miami definitely, well, it is in Florida, but it's not a Florida. It's not a Gators team. I do think that it's going to come down to Bryce Young and how he responds, how he plays. Give me Alabama and give it to me by 10. I think it's close most of the game, and then they pull away.
I think it's close too.
Quarter. But I'm looking forward. Again, this is going to be a fun one. There's going to be a 2:30 CBS game, 3:30 CBS for us. We've seen this movie before. It is a big time SEC matchup. 2:30, 3:30. It's going to be fun. And but I do think that Alabama wins it. But yeah, don't be surprised if Florida does make you go, oh shit, they might win this thing a couple times. So I like your pick. I respect.
Telling you.
But But yeah, that's I think that's all we got this week. And I actually need to run because
you put those Tulane helmets up, right?
I did put the Tulane helmets up. That's pretty amazing. I love that.
Yeah.
I don't have them up anymore.
That old school logo is pretty good.
Yeah. But thanks for joining us, guys. Next week we won't be so rushed off. But it was a good show, a lot of fun. We got to talk about a lot of stuff. Spencer had one technical issue, but it worked out. No big deal. So
who all still here? Jack, Will, Steven, maybe.
Yeah. Steven's probably working it or probably lurking at work.
Yeah. I'm just gonna say this. Watch Daryl's channel on Wednesday, the 22nd. This Wednesday that's about to happen. Keep an eye on Daryl Talks Games YouTube channel.
Let's see. Let's see if I make it out by Wednesday. We'll see. That's the plan, though. Yeah, Wednesday. Something special might be coming up, so look out for that. But thanks for joining us, guys. Make sure to like, follow, subscribe, all those good things, and all that good stuff.
Sorry about the issues, folks.
No big deal. It was a good show despite that. I feel like we were on. I feel like we were on it. We had some good discussions and shit. So hey,
I feel like I didn't talk nearly as long as I did. Although I've had, 2 sources of liquid on me the whole time.
Mm-hmm. Jack, appreciate you, man. Will, thank you for being here. Steven, Trey, thank you guys so much. As always, take care. We will see you next Wednesday. Next Friday.
Next Wednesday.
We'll see.
Watch Daryl's channel on Wednesday.
Yes, watch the
channel
on
Wednesday.
Next Friday.
Will